Video has graphic content from the Delphi double murder trial. Viewer discretion is advised. Imagine the horror of seeing the wounds of two innocent teenage girls displayed in court, leaving jurors visibly shaken. Images of the gruesome wounds sustained by Libby German and Abigail Williams were displayed in court during the Delphi murder trial Wednesday. After viewing the horrific images, many in the courtroom now understand why Judge Francis Gull ordered the jury in the double murder trial to watch only comedies to protect their mental well-being. As the trial of Richard Allen for the murders of Libby German and Abigail Williams entered its fifth day, the courtroom was gripped by the chilling details. Forensic pathologist Dr. Roland Kohr revealed that both girls had bled to death, marking the first public disclosure of their injuries. Images of the girls' gaping neck wounds were shown on a large screen, causing one juror to put his head in his hands and another to cover her mouth in shock. Libby, 14, and Abby, 13, were brutally killed near their hometown of Delphi, Indiana, in February 2017. The abandoned Monon High Bridge, the site of the murders, now stands as a haunting reminder of that tragic day. In the mortuary photos, both girls lay on their backs with their neck wounds exposed, Abby weighing 95 pounds and Libby 200 pounds. The court was relieved to hear that no images from the internal examination would be shown, prompting a sigh of relief from Alan's wife, Kathy. Abby sustained a single cut that partially severed her jugular vein, leading to a slow and painful death over 5 to 10 minutes. Abby was fully clothed. She was wearing a dark blue sweatshirt. She was lying on her back, her right knee slightly bent and her right foot tucked under her left leg, just below the calf. A faint red line on Abby's chin indicated that some form of restraint had been used on her face at the time of her death. Dr. Kohr explained that Abby would have experienced intense pain and panic as her body went into fight or flight mode. Libby's injuries were even more severe, with multiple deep cuts that severed major arteries, leading to a quicker, yet still protracted, death. Libby was completely nude. Her left hand was extended above her head, while her right hand was at her side. She had blood all over her neck and face and specks of blood on her right leg. Despite the severity of their wounds, neither girl showed signs of sexual trauma or defensive wounds, though Libby's blood-covered hands suggested a desperate attempt to stop the bleeding. Branches were strewn on both of the girls' bodies, although Libby also had a large limb on top of her, from her left shoulder down to her body. Dr. Kohr confirmed that the girls had likely died 40 to 41 hours before their autopsies, though he admitted that determining the exact time of death was speculative. Eyewitness Sarah Carbour testified seeing a bloody and muddy man fitting the description a bridge guy near the crime scene. Carbour's testimony was challenged, but she stood firm, insisting she had always mentioned seeing both mud and blood on the suspect. Forensic digital examiner Christopher Cecil revealed chilling details from Libby's cell phone, including a failed biometric attempt and movement data. The phone's Apple Health app, which can count steps and walking distances, recorded movement data suggested a struggle, with the device covering 50.64 meters and an elevation change of 20 feet before going silent. A frantic message from Libby's grandmother landed hours after the phone's last movement, adding to the mystery. Libby would not answer the many frantic calls and text messages that came later. The trail where Abby and Libby were killed is now a somber place, marked by the memory of their tragic end. Despite the lack of direct evidence linking Allen to the murders, the prosecution remains determined to seek justice for Libby and Abby. According to the legal principle of the presumption of innocence, every person accused of a crime is considered innocent until proven guilty. As a result, the prosecution is responsible for proving guilt. It must provide compelling evidence to the trier of fact, whether a judge or a jury. As the Delphi murder trial unfolds, the question remains, what evidence will the prosecution present to build their case? With Richard Allen pleading not guilty, could unexpected twists change everything we thought we knew about Libby and Abby's tragic deaths? Will unexpected twists emerge along the way? Stay tuned for shocking updates.